What's up, guys? Gonna go through a frame today. Maybe some of you follow me on Instagram. You saw what I got. I went over to do a trade with a friend, and I somehow walked away. Here, I'll just show you what I got. So we ended up getting a 1994 JAD. I believe this is a Pro XL, so I believe it's 21 1/4. I'll measure it while we're doing this. Let me give you a few quick looks of this bike. I'm going to measure it, and then we'll kind of go over what I know to be the history of the bike. I am not an expert on JADs, so we'll kind of go through this. So these are wild bikes. Here, we'll just take a look at it. We got these pretty thin dropouts. This bike here too, also, it looks maybe like somebody mounted a wheel in here, but it looks like no one's ever put a bottom bracket in this or a headset. It did have little stickers around here I took off that somebody put some redline stickers. So I feel like this bike's never been really assembled. So we've got the thin dropouts. We've got canty mounts. Looks to be 27.2 seat post. Here's an odd thing with these. Let's lay this like this. Mid-bottom bracket. Before mid-bottom brackets existed, I think you were just supposed to take the cups out of an American bottom bracket, put it in there. Kind of like the old basics. Yeah, just didn't get cleaned up. I mean, it really doesn't affect anything. So we got that. So let's... it's insane to me that the seat stay tubes are so big, the chainstay are so small. Now, this is a 94. I've seen photos of, I think their earliest bike was 91, and I don't even think it had, chainstays. I think it was just this, I don't know, somebody called it a potato gun. But they added this, and then I think later on, they added a little V structure here. Another weird thing is this whole top tube, if you take a good look, is machined. And this is a 1-inch headset. So come up here to the head tube. It's kind of got the dimple. It's got a crazy little breathe hole under here. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the gist of this bike. This company had crazy ads back in the day. When they first popped onto my radar, there was a JAD test for the JAD Sherman, and that was their freestyle bike, which this basically went up to a platform about here. And Dave Young and, oh man, I'm gonna have a brain fart on this, and I feel horrible. Hold on one sec. Okay, I'm back. So, brain farts. But anyway, it was Ken Hale and Dave Young. I don't even know how I forgot Ken's name like that, because when this bike test came out on the JAD Sherman, the freestyle one, I mean, it was iconic. It had Dave doing the steepest rail, just firing out this rail. It was like, I think, early 96. He had bright red hair, just fired out like this steep 20 stair. And then Ken Hale goes through this bunny hop from this upper parking lot to a lower one over like a parking sign, clips his peg and just dies. The sequence is crazy. So that kind of put JAD, everybody was looking at like, what is this bike? That kind of put them into the forefront. They had all these crazy parts. Probably at the end of this, I'll post a few JAD ads up so you guys can check them out. So watch till the end if you want to see the ads for these bikes. But I measured this. This is a 21 1/4, so it's Pro XL. It's a big boy bike. I'm half tempted to keep this thing and race it at Frogtown next year, but I'm not going to. I'm going to probably, send this down the road to somebody who's actually going to appreciate it more than I will. Me racing it, to be honest, I'd probably just bend or break this thing. But yeah, these bikes, crazy bikes, man. Like, I think the story goes with these things is this dude, Mike DiMartino or something. I heard that dude, like, I think he was an engineer, you know, of course, a dude that's an engineer would make this. But I heard they were at a race, him and his son, and they saw somebody racing a rumblefish. Now, if you're not familiar with rumblefish, this is kind of a copy off a rumblefish. They were a one-tube bike company, but they had a little more gussets up here, and they also had an elliptical bottom bracket. So the way that worked is there was a slit here and 2 Allen bolts, and you had a bottom bracket in there and a shell that was ovalized, and it had a little lip, and you take a crescent wrench and go like that to tighten the chain because it had enclosed dropouts. So that was fixed. You couldn't move the wheel, or they were enclosed, or they were so short that I want to say they were enclosed. You couldn't, this was the only way you could adjust the chain, by moving the elliptical bottom bracket. So he saw a rumblefish and thought he could improve on that. And that's where JAD came from. I don't know if either of them are an improvement on anything. It is an awesome bike, and, you know, within the history of BMX, it's an awesome bike. When I say that, there's a lot of bikes that I look back on fondly that were horrible, but they put a spark in a moment of time in BMX, and you know, this would definitely be one of them. I mean, once you started getting into the 90s, especially the mid 90s, race bikes started just getting crazy, and I feel like, you know, you could say the early Haro monocoques and stuff helped, but I feel like bikes like this, like some of the smaller companies and like Hawk, Rumblefish, definitely started trying to push things well away from like that traditional double triangle, just, you know, that perfect BMX silhouette we all grew up loving. But yeah, I think this bike's just called the JAD. It's Pro XL. A little bit of shelf wear, but I don't think it's ever been assembled. So wanted you guys to take a quick look at it. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with these, and if you're not, you're probably scratching your head saying, what the hell? But yeah, cool bike, cool piece of BMX history. And hey, if you want to see one in action, go watch 44 something, Chris Muller's part, and he has a few clips riding one from a BMX Plus test shoot. He does a 360, maybe like a 1 foot table on him. It's kind of funny. So yeah, thanks for coming along with me on this, guys. Not a crazy long video, but figured it would be fun to check this out. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to show you guys on this, and I know if you've been around a while, you've seen this stuff. Let me set this down here like this. So this bike was purchased, you can see Dan's Comp, 1994. Sorry, I had to look at it. So Dan's Comp, I've seen on a few frames. I think some of the smaller companies that didn't do serial numbers, they would put their own serial number on it, mark it Dan's Comp in the year. So that's kind of a cool thing on that one. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and hopefully I'll be talking to you soon with some more cool BMX stuff. Thank you.